just see your homie sitting here, man. HoodFilms in the place. Like, subscribe. Definitely come back for more stuff in the future and all that, man. But I just want to holler about Diddy again, man. It's been a bunch of news popping out about his new indictments and all these people coming after him and shit. And I was just going to talk about that again. And I want to talk about being a celebrity and what that means in 2024, 2025, you know. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, Diddy has been charged with all these crimes, and it's just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? About how after 30 years of watching this guy and being a fan of him, now it's like he is the biggest thing on the internet. AI even got information about him. So I just want to talk about some of the stuff, you know what I mean? And it looked like the biggest news right now is that Wendy Williams is breaking her silence on Diddy. It's just so horrible. But, you know, I think a lot of these people was friends at some point. You know what I'm saying? They even got celebrities who changed their songs about Diddy amid headlines. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of people. And somebody said it's like a hotline now where you can call a phone number to, I guess, tell people about Diddy or say what you want to say about him or even listen to other people talk about him. You know what I'm saying? So, but the real subject matter, I mean, the real crazy shit that's going on is that they accused Diddy of being with a 9-year-old boy. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, again, we've been watching this guy for 30 years, being a fan, listening to his music, rocking with him for so long. And then you think that no way he could be accused of being with no kid. Like, why would we not have seen that or have known that this could be a possibility with him? That begs the question, is a lot of this stuff even real? You know what I'm saying? And some of the stuff he even was doing prior to this is that he had started a thing that he was gonna have like a black party, like a political party. He was financing it and whatnot. He even mentioned it, did a video about it, and within months he was in jail forever. And supposed to be going to jail forever. And you would imagine if he could start a political party with his influence and time he's been in the industry and people are listening to him, that would really put a dent in the Democrats because a lot of black people are staunch Democrat people. So if Diddy could put a dent into that, then it'd just be like the Green people or whoever else that starts something. Kanye West, you know what I mean? And so I think that that's how they threaten him to stop and slow down. But I don't think Diddy was listening because he made the announcement that he was coming out with his own political party, and he was the person that was putting the money up. And he said that I'm putting the money up. That's my job. It got all these political people, everybody doing their thing, but it was my job to put the money up, and that's what I did. I said, damn, that's a smart dude. But now you see he going down. You see my other brand, Self-Madeology, too. It's my other brand, other than HoodFilms. I usually do music through this brand, but I like it. You like it. If you want to have a t-shirt, hit me in the comment sections. A 9-year-old boy is among the 120 people who are accused of Sean Combs of sexual assault and impending lawsuit. This from People Magazine. Houston attorney told Busby, which is Houston-based attorney Busby told the conference. This is the guy who's trying to come after P. Diddy. He got all these people in the suit. Alleging Combs sexual abuse multiple minors. Damn, alleged 9-year-old boy was sexually abused at an audition for Bad Boy Studio. Other boys there were also at the audition. Busby alleged all of them were trying to make a record deal, and all of them were minors. And it's like, damn, man, you just kidding. This again, what does celebrity mean? Does celebrity ultimately mean that you have to give up your personhood to some freak in order for you to be successful, in order for you to make it? Somebody, I mean, I remember hearing about that as a kid. I'm not even finna sit here and cap and be like, oh, no, that's so weird. They was talking like that as a kid. My father even told my brother, who was trying to do modeling and shit in his young teenage years, Zubair Hood, rest in peace, my older brother. My father was mad about that. Like, nah, you can't be no more. And then so he told all of us, me and my other two brothers, me and my older brother and me, which is his younger brothers, they was like, no, because there's gay people in that. And people will try to do something to you, and the more handsome you are, the more they'll try to do something to you. Plus, you're too young. You wouldn't even know how to fight off those people trying to come after you like that. And then you just sitting back like a kid. I mean, what, 13, 15, something like that, and you just looking at it like, Okay, my brother was like, I still want to be a model. I still want to do this stuff, and it's and he went out and got those photos done that you do to be a model and all that stuff, and he looked good. But then you also understood, like, well, if the person can make you look like this with a photo, and you go in some room with some freak and be like, yeah, I want to see you. I think my father even told us, like, they say, take your shirt off, take your pants off, and you sit back like, huh? And you have to do this because you're trying to make it in this industry. You're trying to do what they say do, and so that could be a bad thing for a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, but the parents be trying to figure like this gonna be our way out. You make it in the industry, you make it in Hollywood. You can take care of us. You can make us be successful. You can help us. And so the kid go, the parent take them and shit like that, and then you see it happen to them. Like even the older kids, like the people who R. Kelly, the people took to R. Kelly, and then all of a sudden the girls get, taken advantage of, and then all of a sudden the parents are mad, and it's like, but you taking them over there to this, but it's like we have to. We're trying to survive and succeed. The girl got talent, the kid got talent. So it's like, what does success mean? What does Hollywood mean? Is it more predatory people like P Diddy and the people who was before him in the industry still sitting there? Is it younger people who came into the industry and they look at it like, I know how the game go, so you supposed to be predatory on somebody? That's how the game go. You get somebody and they don't know how it is, so you able to make your move on them and shit. And if they ever make it or blow up, then you can just come at them and say, hey, slow down, because you did this with me or you did this with them, and I got you on tape. So before you go too big, remember we got you like this. But when they come at you, you're not thinking like that. They probably drove reckless at you like that at a party, or but you see, it's always about a party when it comes to Diddy, because that's when you got your senses down. At 1,000 body bottle of oil or whatever, baby oil. Well, the rumor is that these people was putting stuff in the baby oil, which make, I guess, you feel sleepy or forgetful or something like that. The drug can do that they was having in the baby oil. I'm sure that's gonna all come out during the time of the trial, but you could understand that people could take advantage of somebody, especially that's young, that wouldn't even understand that that's a possibility. Just thinking that this gonna make it, I'm gonna take care of my family, I'm gonna do this stuff, and then here comes somebody like, yeah, come on, man, making you feel good, hanging with you, even giving you money for your family. Imagine giving you money for your family and you need it, and you have to help your family, and not so you feel like you're in debt to this person. Imagine it could be that simple where it's not even like a party or they gave you some drugs. It was just like, damn, you hear it, you need the bills paid, or you gotta pay somebody or help somebody back home, and they hit you with some money. Hey, I got you. Here, bam. And now you like, woo. Hey, whatever happened with that? Oh man, it was right on time, man. I'm grateful, man. I owe you, I got you. Oh no, just slide through here, man. I wanna see if you can make a move for me. You can make a move with me right now. You thinking like, oh shit, let me do this. I get this out the way. And then you get over there and it's the weird shit happening. And you're like, what? Wait, what the fuck is this nigga on? Man, you owe me and I know you don't know me like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it out the bag, man. This how I kick it. You like, oh shit. I didn't see this coming. You know what I'm saying? But imagine being a kid and this happening. So did Diddy do this stuff to 9-year-old children? Ain't no telling. These people kept such a secret of what happened to them. For these are grown adults today. So did this stuff happen to them when they was a kid? Who the hell would know? But you had the option to walk out of that building and go right to the police. You had the option to walk out that building and go to your family. You had the option to go out and go to somebody at school. You had the option to go and write a letter about it, write a book about it. YouTube is out. You could have been making videos about it. But to pop out this weekend, last month, an hour ago, 2 days ago, it's kind of weird. You don't mean it didn't happen to him. And that you can't never know what happened to somebody else in the 24 hours of a day. But to keep it that long, it's like, damn, they ain't say shit about this. And then we all supposed to believe that the people who, or the person that we knew and respected and saw his drive and saw his objectives, and he was supposed to be the one that's in the industry, and we all wanted to make it in the industry even when we was young. He was bringing out all the artists that we liked. Diddy had this whirlwind effect on all of us because we just saw him as just being so successful. And then they like, oh, he gay, he gay. Nah, we didn't see that growing up. That don't mean he ain't, but he didn't showcase that. He didn't put that out there. He had girlfriends, he had baby mamas, he had kids. So it wasn't like he was showing that he had a boyfriend. But then it was one time in his career where he did have a guy around him that was uncomfortably weird. He had a guy around him with an umbrella, and a guy was around him with an umbrella for like months or a year. I don't know how long it lasted, but that was obviously different. Now, we knew that he wanted to be seen as some mogul and big time guy, but having some other dude walking around with you with an umbrella, that seemed more European. than what we was used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? But that's how he kicked it. And then all of a sudden, that guy ain't around no more. So I don't ever know what happened with their relationship. From the years ago, I heard, well, recently I heard from that time that I guess the guy stole something from Diddy and then he got away from the guy. But maybe that happened, maybe that didn't. I'm sure that guy gonna probably be against Diddy if Diddy dumped him or fired him at that point for lying on him, because that's another thing that this opens up floodgates of people popping out and just saying shit about you that really it didn't happen. And then if you look at it at the major level, if a person goes to a party, nobody gangsters you to go to a party. Parties don't even. See, that's what I'm saying. To believe some of this stuff, you got to kind of change your frame of thinking in order to have your mind start believing some of this shit. It's almost like watching a movie. It's like, okay, I'm finna watch Superman. So in order to watch Superman, I have to believe that man can fly. Because now I'm gonna go and be entertained by the story. But if I walk in a movie theater and I'm like, man, can't fly. Man, men can't fly. After the 2 hours, I'm gonna be like, that movie wasn't shit. Because I couldn't suspend disbelief. I'm just gonna believe that men can't fly. So in this instance, you have to believe so much weirdness. Like, okay, somebody pulled up to your crib and put a gun in your head and said, hey nigga, take this motherfucking baby oil and get your ass in the car. This your bottles. You're like, I don't need 3 bottles. Shut up and get your ass in the car. And it's like, you think that happened? You think P. Diddy pulled up to everybody's crib like, yeah, what's up, man? We out front of your crib with a mansion with the limo, man. And like, oh, I'm laying in bed. I'm with my girl, man. I ain't even home. Man, get your motherfucking ass out here, nigga. You know it's B. Diddy. We bad boys. You been coming there and snatch your ass out that bed? No, nigga, I'm getting dressed right now. Man, hurry up and get in the car. That never happened. If you was going to a party for Diddy, you was in your crib getting dressed. You was in your crib getting prepared. You probably called people like, guess where the fuck I'm going tonight? So this was all self-governed. You did it on your own abode, on your own accord. So for us to believe that Diddy was out in front of people's cribs with a bat hitting the motherfucking ground like, hey, I told you my party start at motherfucking midnight and women in before 10, free. Now if I come in that motherfucker, you ain't gonna get in this bitch and I'm gonna break your damn leg. He wasn't doing that. People went on their own accord, and when you got there, you had fun. You left when you wanted to. You went on your own. You went to saw celebrities. You drank. You had fun. So maybe if you stayed for the after party, maybe if you stayed 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, maybe you did see some shit like that. Maybe if you go to anybody damn crib at 2, 3 in the fucking morning, you might see some shit. But it's kind of weird to think that somebody forced them to be at the party, somebody forced them to do all this stuff, or put them in some coercion into the moment for them to be involved with him, because not only did they not call the police after the fact, but they probably went to multiple parties. So if I was his lawyer, that's what I would just be saying. How many Diddy parties did you attend? If you attended one, then you step over here. If you attended more than one, then you step your ass over here. So for the people who attended more than one, did you learn your lesson at one? Or you were still interested to figure out more? I'm sure it's going to be some people in there like, I'm a private investigator. So after my first time being in there with Diddy, and I looked around and said, God damn it, I have to come back in here and do more investigation. But when did you ever report anything to the cops? No, I've been investigating for 17 years. And when this happened, I said, damn, look at all the paperwork I built up about this nigga. Like, come on, man. These people was coming to that motherfucker party and having a good time, drinking, getting drunk, making it home how they made it home. They told people about it. They posted shit on the internet. Even before the fucking internet, they called their family and friends. It was like, I was at a Diddy party. You would never guess what happened. So to believe that this nigga was holding people down at his party and had everybody against the wall. Y'all in this bitch now. Cut the fucking lights on. Cut the lights on in this bitch. All right, music off. Anybody on this side, take your motherfucking clothes off. Everybody over here, y'all watching. Like, this nigga wasn't doing that to motherfuckers. Motherfuckers was in their own mind when they came to that party. People was probably outside, probably inside. And it's just a Hollywood party. You drink and smoke, you get the fucked up. I'm sure if you're a celebrity, all kind of celebrities have parties. So it just seemed like overload, you know what I'm saying, for everybody to be trying to say that this shit happened to them at a party when this don't happen at no damn party, especially a fucking Hollywood party. So, I mean, that don't mean he didn't do a lot of the shit he's saying, but some of the shit just seemed too outlandish, you know what I'm saying? But what can you say? Because when you put yourself in the media for 30 fucking years, it's hard to not believe that some people who seen you or hung out with you didn't have bad experiences. Because now it's to believe that you was just some halo of a human walking around with fucking millions of dollars, and that's not gonna be true. And then he had billions of dollars. So it's a possibility that he was probably taking advantage of motherfucker. We saw what he did with Cassie. He put real hands on her, and the motherfuckers at the hotel filmed it and kept the tape. It's like one incident can take can like roller coaster into so much other shit, like a hill with rocks coming down, and they just grab more rocks and just keep on pulling. And it's like he sat here and whooped her ass and didn't go down for it, and we know he didn't go to jail for it. And so this is your moment of going to jail. Now you finally get to face the music about about what you did to her, which is your own girl. You know what I'm saying? So he should have had a little bit more composure. But everybody mess up, man. Nobody. I don't think he need to be going to jail for 30 years for that. But when you add on the fact that he's supposed to be having a criminal enterprise and all this shit, it's like, whoa. So imagine if you were on the prosecutorial side, you could easily go in there and just be like, did you make a phone call for Diddy? Yes. What was that call? I called to see, can we get 3 people for, okay, fine, that's good enough. We need, when you did they arrive to the place? You know, all these questions can still add up to it look like a criminal enterprise. They don't have to just be like, did you see naked people? They could make it seem like, yo, did the limo arrive on time? And when you got, was the party started already, or did you come in the party? Then the party started. It's like little intricate things that, as you listening in the fucking audience, and everybody can still say the same kind of scenario was coming down. It could still seem like a criminal enterprise, and it might not even necessarily be that. It's just the way the lawyers and the lawyers know how to frame it. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting back in the chair like, wait, it was not. I told everybody this was a party for my mother. It was, but we young, so we was kicking it. I mean, think about throwing parties for 30 years. My man is going down for throwing parties for 30 years. And he ain't my man because I don't know him. But 30 years. Now you going down for throwing parties. For 30 years. You was the man. You was kicking it. Like it's almost like his party was like one of those movies that it started off fun and everybody dancing and kicking it and you laughing with everybody. You like, oh shit, look at this party, man. And then after about 2 hours or 45 minutes, everybody dancing, but they can't stop. It's like you start realizing, like, why these people stopping? They just dancing. They just doing the same moves. Like it started looking robotic. And then you start seeing it, and then you start realizing that these people got some kind of drug in them. They ain't stopped dancing in 2 fucking hours. They still dancing. Different music. They have stopped. What's wrong with these people? Why can't they stop dancing? And so that's kind of like what it is. It started off as a fun thing, and then it ended up becoming sinister. You know what I'm saying? By seeing it, he couldn't keep the same vibe from those beginning parties, but they was just having fun. It started being more like now you learning more about this, or you're learning more about that. You've aged a little bit more. Your taste changes. Now it's more like I need 3 girls now this time. Now from what they saying, I need 3 girls and some dudes. You know what I'm saying? From what they saying about him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like his taste gets stronger. Now I'm a billionaire. It's like I need 7 girls, 3 dudes in my mansion by 5. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the power to just pay for this shit to happen for you. You know, and I'm sure there's other billionaires in the world who like own the NFL, basketball companies, fucking gas companies, you name it, Nabisco, you know, whatever. And they throw parties and they have get-togethers and they have freak-offs, but it's not, you know, televised or visually known about, or the people involved probably get paid so much money that they just don't tell. You know what I'm saying? But to see Diddy go down for his involvement, man, a lot of people is comparing him to what's dude's name from back in the day? Hefner from Playboy. Because, you know, we was all kids watching how Hefner had girls flying from out of town, living in his mansions, knowing it was what was going down, because he was like, I guess when I was seeing him on TV, he probably was 60-something. You know what I'm saying? And then he ended up dying over the time. But you knew he was like, they would show little videos on whatever, 60 Minutes or whatever. He'd be like, oh, I'm married to this girl. And you see the girl, she's like 25. It's like, damn. And then not only just married, he got like 3 kids with her. You like, what the fuck? This before I even was hearing about the you know, how people could give you a baby and shit with some kind of shot or whatever. This just back in the day. I'm a little kid like, damn, you have to, you know, because we looking at it like, he a player, man. He a playboy, damn. But he was a white old man. So you will be looking at the TV and like, how the fuck has he got these young, pretty-ass girls? But they would be traveling to where he was at in his town. Or whatever. I think he was from Chicago, matter of fact. If I'm not mistaken, I think it originated in Chicago. But he had mansions in California, and the girls would go and stay with him. You know what I'm saying? And move in with him and get married to him. And you don't really hear too much about the bad stories. I'm sure they out there. I'm sure people who had bad experiences. But you don't hear too much about them. But when it comes to the black side, so now it's like, yeah, he did this to me. He did this to me. In 30 years, can you imagine how many people you crossed and probably didn't have a bad moment and probably didn't have a good experience with? Like me and you or them and they, and it's a problem. Like it's like, oh, man, I don't like that lady, or I don't like that guy. Or he came in this restaurant and he did this. Oh, you mean, oh boy, he had this hotel room, he did this, and you like, I wasn't feeling shitty that day. Or I was bad that day. I didn't make the money I thought I was gonna make. You might have had a bad day, but then it's like people, and then especially under the stress of work, you know, whatever deadlines, and then you might have a bad experience, and now you have put that on other people, and they like, fuck you, I hate you, bitch, and they want to see you go down. They want to see your demise. And that's really what I believe happened to Diddy. Like him just being around other people at that level of, because his level was so big as far as being in the industry. I think him being at that level, you couldn't do nothing but just make haters. You know, you couldn't do shit but make haters, because that's that level he had, man. That's too big. That's just too fucking big, man. You can't. Who in the fuck gets to that point? Like, who make it to that level? Like, that man is at the fucking top of the top. You don't see too many make it to that level. And for him to get to that level and then crash, it was like, it's crazy. It's like, then I think about it too, like, did he really, you know, have the money? Was that really his money? If you can't use it to get out of jail, if you can't use it to get yourself popped off from being popped off, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that really your money? Because, you know what I'm saying? You see what Russell Simmons did. They came at him and threw the brick at him. He jumped out the window. He was not playing. He was not playing. He got out the car. He was like, nah. I know what this is. I'm gone. And he left. He was like, nah, I already know what they doing. They trying to come after me, pop me off, sit me down. He got on the bolly and got in the wind. And now you look back at it, and it was like, first I was thinking like, man, he moving too soon. You know, them people ain't driving at you like that, because them people who trying to come after you, they don't really have proof. They just saying this, that, and the third. But he wasn't thinking like that. He got his ass quickly on the damn road and ran. And I'm glad he did that. You know what I'm saying? Because you see what they got lined up for you if you our color. And it ain't pretty. It is not pretty. Because Diddy gone, boy. And like I said, we have literally watched this guy our entire young years. Like, it was not a second we wasn't watching this nigga. And for them to take him down, it's kind of like that could happen to you or anybody. Like, ain't nobody free, man. There's no such thing as black and free. That shit don't exist. It don't exist. You know what I'm saying? And he'll fuck around and have all that money, and they'll end up giving the money to the victims, which is, you know, obviously what they're supposed to do if they find them guilty. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and then you can't really, because, again, having a heart for somebody or having an understanding for that person is kind of off a little bit, too, because if he used all his money just to victimize black people, like, that ain't even cool. Like, you had all that money, you had the J-Lo's, you had these chicks, but you didn't do none of that foul shit to them. All your foul shit was to black motherfuckers. Like, that's the R. Kelly thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't even really into hurting other motherfuckers. You just want to hurt niggas. That's your main goal. Your enemy is black people, or your victims who you see has got to be somebody black, a black girl, a black youngster. Because think about it, people gonna look up to you from our culture. It ain't too many people who white people pick out to say you gonna break it, you making it. Come on. Everybody who we all know outside of the celebrities who we all have seen got a 9 to 5. We go to work every damn day. Ain't nobody running around this motherfucker being no damn celebrity. Motherfuckers has got work. Even celebrities who used to be celebrities ain't celebrities 25 years into the future. You know, 30 years into the future. It's only like white people who could be celebrities 30, 40 years. Most black motherfuckers, they not making it like that. You know, like old boy James Amos, he just passed away, the guy who was the dad on Good Times. Now, at that time in the 70s, he was like the first father on TV, because they didn't really have a TV shows. It was no internet, obviously, but on TV, they didn't have father figures. So it was only him, James Amos. He was the black dude, and then they fought to get him on there. And then he eventually, the guy who ran it, Norman Lear, the old white man, he got him off of there. He said, if from the videos and interviews over the years, you know, obviously the internet is here now, and he said that the guy used to curse a lot, James Amos used to curse a lot when he was not doing shooting. Like, you say you behind the scenes and you chilling and shit, you talking, you whatever. He said the guy was real foul mouth. He was younger, obviously. And the white guy was like, hey, if I keep hearing you cussing shit and go buggy, this might not be the whole story, but that's what I heard of James Amos say, the one who passed away. Rest in peace to him. He said that dude didn't like me because I was on the show talking wild and shit, being who I was being. And he said he ain't want me on the show no more, so they just cut him out the show completely. And, you know, we was sitting back at the crib watching it because I saw all the reruns. Obviously, it was shot before I was old enough to see it on real live TV. But when it was showing the reruns, I'm sure all y'all saw the reruns too. The dad stopped being on the show, and it was like, what happened? Then all of a sudden, the mother stopped being on the show, and it started just being ran by the next door neighbor, and it was like, what the fuck happened to this show? You know, so you lost interest in it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't interesting no more because the people who you thought was interesting was gone. You know what I'm saying? The dad, he was more strict. He had a few scenes on there that was real, you know, serious. Like I think one of the sons had got into it over some gang shit one time, which was real prevalent in Chicago, where the scenes were shot at. So it was like they was making it more like what we knew. But he passed away, and you know he passed away at 80-something, 90 years old. That brother ain't made it. He ain't got money like that, you know, because in Hollywood, they going to make you work as an actor or in front of the camera, and the producers and the people behind the cameras is going to make all that money. But we going to know you. We ain't going to really know the producers and shit. I said Norman Lear, ain't like somebody got a picture of him in their crib. You know what I'm saying? Or remember who he is or like that. I mean, if somebody do it, it won't be a majority of the people. But, you know, James Amos was a celebrity, but he ain't had the money. They give you the fame, they don't give you the money. So when they gave somebody like P. Diddy the money, he stood out. He made all of us look like, what the hell? And then for him to be on, think about how many people made it in the rap industry since 1993. Since 1993, 92, and to today, 30 fucking years. How many you think that made it? And then necessarily from New York. So his success level was so strong that he could put somebody on in the industry that wasn't even from New York. That's how he was. That's, you know, his company was bad and bad boy, but it was dope. You know, it was succeeding. It was successful. So that's why I say, was that really his money? Did he really make any of that money, or was it really him holding it for some white people so that one day when they get mad enough, they could say, "Yo, you ain't starting no motherfucking black party with my money I gave you." Did you hear dude over here? Somebody finna start a black party. Watch this. Boy, you're gonna be sitting in a black cell. And that's how the only party gonna be happening is a party on your head. If you ain't no Crip or no blood by the time we come check on you in 6 months. Because you know he gonna have to plug up and do all that. Even though he older, like I was saying, P. Diddy put a lot of people on that was gangster. So to think that he wasn't gangster is kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But I guess you're supposed to not believe what you thought was the real, and so that all of this could play out the way people wanted to play out. Because we all had saw B Diddy one way. Not saying he was some gangster killer, nothing like that. But I'm just saying that for him to be around those people and not be punched in the face or robbed, you know what I'm saying? It would be kind of weird to think that he was soft, you know what I'm saying? Or even he just gonna be in jail and be so scared. It's kind of like, that might not be so true. Because otherwise, I don't think he would have been able to succeed around all the people he was around, because those guys was, you know, rough and tumble. And we know that. I gotta use the bathroom. wanted to put a tank top on before I hit the streets. HTS. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about Diddy. I said that's my man that he gave us all that entertainment when we was growing up. But if he was being malicious towards people and on some snake shit, you only gonna get back what you put out. And it looked like that's what's happening. He getting that repercussion. You know, don't none of us escape it, man. If you being foul, I thought he was gonna be rich forever. It just, it's just so crazy how all that. I just never imagined that P. Diddy would be going down and being broke or sitting in prison. It just seems so crazy. But, that's how it is because, like I said, he was in bed with them. He made them the money. So, obviously, they could take it back at any point they want to. And it looked like that's what happened to him. They not going to let him just stay rich and be on and be like, yeah, I'm taking care of him. Because, he got his kids and shit. I was thinking, I asked my lady, I said, you think he going to be able to stay in that mansion? What about his kids? They got to move out of there. And she was like, no, they make their own money. But I'm thinking like, yeah, his fucking got mansions. Them damn things probably cost $300,000-$400,000 a month. His kids can't pay for no shit like that. You in your 20s or 30s, you ain't getting no $300,000-$400,000 a month. Because that was P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He had the paper. So I don't see his kids being able to hold down the mansions. I believe that they're going to have to liquidate the whole motherfucking operation. You know what I'm saying? And that's just going to be logical because otherwise you're going to have to pay. And they ain't going to have that kind of money. And they're going to be like, we're going to need this money to survive in our future because if my father got 15 years, then how the fuck more money going to come in? Or, and then I think it might also be like this, like one of his sons, I'm not sure which one because I'm not familiar with him too tough. But let's just say Justin, because I know his name. He might be the one that starts the thing back up. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, you took my daddy down, but hey, he gave me the blueprint. I know how to run a corporation. I know how to be a record exec. And it's going to be a new regime. It's going to be us young people now. We're not bringing none of my old dad homies. We ain't bringing none of that stuff. That's what's going to probably happen because, you pass it down to your kids. You telling them how to do it. You showing them how to do it while you operating every day. You basically giving them the blueprint. Even if they don't go to work with you, they see what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, or them kids could be like, oh, hell no, the industry too tough for me. I just don't want to have nothing to do with that. Like I'm sure a lot of people will because making it in the industry seem kind of not so serious and important because if all they got to do is just put you in prison in the future, that's just bogus. They can lock you dead up. And them people like all those, I'm sure celebrities now that's happy that they ain't in jail, that they didn't stay in the game, that they got out. That over the years they had got busy and did other shit and was like, oh shit, I do this now. I'm not even in the music industry no more. Like, because seeing all this is like, what the hell? But then you also could look at it too like a horror flick again. What if P. Diddy been trying to get out but just don't know how and they refuse to let him out? So it's like, nope, you stuck in this. You are a boy. There is no exit. So he figured out how to get out. Like, I know how to get out. He tried everything. So he said, you know how to get out? I'm going to tell their ass I'm going to start a black political party. Now watch they lock me up or do something. And it worked. Because you just don't know none of them little intricacies about them people, man. I know we was rocking with P. Diddy for so many decades, it's hard to believe that he's not going to be a celeb or a music exec no more. And it just show you that stuff really ain't as real as we all believe it was. Because I did believe it was real. I believed he was going to be rich. I never saw none of that coming. I said, Diddy straight. He got his kids, and then, you start kind of following his kids a little bit because you start seeing that they might be taking over the regime. You just don't know. But they put a monkey wrench and all that. But see, look at Bill Cosby. They killed his kids. His son didn't make it. Like, he didn't get a chance to have none of that. I'm going to run my father's corporation. I'm going to be the next one up. I do money. I'm going to run a business. No, he died. So they, you know what I'm saying? Even Kanye mama, he even believes his own self. You hear Kanye West tell her, he said, my mother was sacrificed. My mama was sacrificed. It's like, damn. Is he crazy for saying that? But, that celebrity shit is kind of weird, man, and it do make you think, like, is it important to want to even be a part of that kind of shit? What is celebrity? And even before that, what is making it? Is making it a white boss? Is making it Caucasians telling you what time to show up somewhere and you be there and then they give you a check after it? Is that what the fuck making it is? Or is making it you telling yourself that you made it? And if white people get involved, so be it. But if they don't, you still where the fuck you want to be. It's all that shit make you kind of question that shit because it's making it ultimately them white folks gonna sit your ass in a fucking prison. That's what Diddy had. And that money don't mean shit. I'm gonna hit, yeah, fuck that, bond out for 50 million. They said, yeah, right. You sitting in this bitch. Now, your 50 million, when the hell came 50 million buy some shit? That don't even make sense. That's kind of odd. They changed the game on his ass. Yeah, 50 million don't mean nothing in here, dude. So they say he trying to go back now with new lawyers and shit and try to get new people, a new, what they call that shit? Where they get to talk, appeal. The judge saying that he couldn't get a bond. He trying to go in there now with an appeal. He got all these little super duper lawyers that's like in the game and they don't play. So, but people on, the other lawyer, people like that dude on TMZ, the white dude, he said, ain't shit finna happen. Because after that first judge, which is the trial judge, made his decision about what it's gonna be for Diddy, then they not gonna go back on that because they gotta have a real crazy reason, like a real reason. Like, why should you go? Why should I say he need to be outside? I said the nigga's a flight risk. I said he might threaten these people. What can you say to say that he won't? But you know how money talk. You know what I'm saying? Lawyers be knowing each other. So it's almost like, hey, I know what you said, but look, dude finna hit me with this little dim, and I gonna plug you when this shit over. Just go ahead and put me on with this. You know, it's like they all know each other. So it's like that don't mean that don't mean it's gonna happen like that. But you know how it is. When you gotta connect, you call on your connect and be like, oh, dude, the lawyer. Oh, he the judge. I went to school with him. So judge, hey, hire me. That's my homie. He go pick this with us. You know what I'm saying? It's like behind the scenes shit that we wouldn't know about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's sad for Diddy. But it's all good though because when he put in for us, as far as watching him first when it all came down on him, everybody was like, "We ain't rocking without Kelly. Don't play his shit. Don't nobody fuck with Kelly. Yeah, bitch ass niggas." So they stopped playing his shit and everything. But I think they playing P Diddy because you can see it on YouTube. Some of the shit pop up. It's a Diddy song, 15 years old, 9 years old. I'm like, damn, that nigga shit back in the algorithm heavy. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's money coming. Thing like because America is so controlled by the wicked people. It's like this nigga sit up here and did all his time and effort and years and shit and probably energy, knowing it's energy to make it as a celebrity, and then you just put him right in jail and make his money not even mean nothing. And it's like, damn, and it played out right in front of our face. Like you seen all these white guys getting charged and accused of all this sexual misconduct shit on TV from people that was running TV stations and the fucking people that be the people in front of the camera. All of them was getting called out for the shit they was doing, and none of them went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got even Kevin Spacey. He's an actor. They was on his ass, and he did something to a young guy years ago. Oh shit, all right here. And Kevin Spacey ass even got caught up in some shit, but and he just started acting again, getting movie roles again. So it's like sometimes this shit be happening, but it don't be, you know what I'm saying? What we believe it is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know I'm not gonna say I want Diddy to get through this because again, we don't know how foul he was. He could have been over the top with people. So that's why I believe that if he did do this stuff, karma come back. Like the universe works kind of weird. You think you might be getting away with something and shit in life. I'm an older nigga now, so I know this the truth. But what happened is it might not hit you right then. It might hit you down the line. But the worst part about it is it might hit your kids. That's the part about that shit that's it. That's the part that you don't know that could come about. So that's the part I think now that's hitting Diddy. So now whatever he did for other people, because there's people that hate that nigga. And he did shit stealing